Happy Monday, friends. Today we're going to review facts and details with a story titled Family Thanksgiving, which seems so funny because Thanksgiving is November and it's definitely May. But anyhow, that's the story, title of the story. So before we begin, our statement is, good readers pay attention to facts and details as they read. Okay. So I'm going to be pulling up some charts that we looked at last week to give us a little bit more information about facts and details. Okay, you should see on your screen an anchor chart that says fact. Last week we talked about facts and details. A fact is something you can prove. So in this picture, the boy is selling newspapers. That's proven to be true. The detail is a piece of information that goes along with the fact. So the detail here is that the newspaper was printed today. That is a piece of information that tells more about the fact. Okay, below there, it says, I can tell details that support a fact. A fact is information we can prove to be true. Fact, a flower is a plant. That's proven to be true. Detail. A detail helps provide more information about a fact. The detail here is a flower has leaves. Okay, let's go down here. I like this poster a lot. Facts and details. Authors include facts and details in their writing to help communicate information and ideas to their readers. Facts can be proven true and provide information about a topic. So look at this picture. Plants need sun to survive. The sun helps them make food. Those are facts. Here's the details. Details provide more information about the facts and make them clearer to the reader. Energy from the sun is absorbed by the chloroplast in the leaves and is converted into food for the plant. That detail gives us more information about our fact. That plants need sun to survive, and that helps them make the food. Down here, last week we filled this in. Our facts is a cat is an animal, and two details to support the cat. Two details to support the fact are a cat has 4 legs and a cat must have food, air, water, and shelter to live or to survive. So right now I'm going to pull up a poster or a chart from your Reading Street curriculum. And it says facts and details at the top. So this picture shows an example of facts and details. All right, let's see. So the question I have is, what is the girl doing? What is she doing? So it looks like she's talking about the plants or presenting about the plants. What details help you know this? Well, she has a plant on the table and a poster on the wall that this is the poster, this green strip. It's kind of like a poster. What facts might the girl be explaining? So what could she be saying about the plant? She might be naming the plant parts or explaining how they grow. Okay, so we're going to read our text. The title of the text is Family Thanksgiving. And while I'm reading, this is going to be a visualizing activity. So you'll need to listen closely to the details in the text and the sensory words so that you can create a movie in your mind, or so you can create a mental image. And if you're doing that, it's going to help you better understand the text also. All right, let's get ready. Family Thanksgiving. And maybe you're already making some connections about your Thanksgiving. You probably dived into that filing cabinet, pulled out your Thanksgiving file, and you started thinking about your background knowledge on Thanksgiving and your own family Thanksgiving. So you're probably getting ready to make some text to self connections. Every year on Thanksgiving, the Smith family had a festive celebration at Grandma and Grandpa Smith's house. Stacy Smith couldn't wait for all her aunts and uncles and cousins to come to town. She, her mom, her dad, and her little brother Ben lived near Grandma and Grandpa Smith and saw them often. But the rest of the family lived in other places. It kind of reminds me of my life when I was growing up because I lived pretty close to my relatives and I got to see them often, except for my Aunt Kathleen, Uncle Eric. They did not live close, so we only saw them on like Thanksgiving and Christmas. Around 10 in the morning, people began arriving from the airport. We can draw inference right here is that if they're arriving from the airport, they must live far away because they needed to take an airplane to come into town. First came Aunt Charlotte, Uncle Chuck, and their daughters Beth and Haley. Then came Aunt Fran, Uncle Bob, and their son Scott. Finally, around 11 o'clock, Uncle Brad and Aunt Lisa drove up in their car. Soon, the whole family was working together to get Thanksgiving dinner ready. Stacy and Ben helped their cousin set the table. Carefully, they placed one of Grandma's special Thanksgiving plates in front of each chair. Then Scott wrote names on cards and put them on the table to show where everyone should sit. Every year, Aunt Fran brought funny napkins for people to use. I think you'll like the ones I found this year, said Aunt Fran with a familiar twinkle in her eye. They have turkeys dressed up like pilgrims printed on them. The cousins sat in the living room and watched a parade on television while the adults finished cooking the turkey and the vegetables. I'm going to draw a conclusion right now. They're watching a parade on television, and I know that there's a big parade on Thanksgiving called the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. The author didn't tell me that, but I can draw that conclusion from the text and what I know. I can't wait for the mashed potatoes and gravy, Beth said to Stacy. That's my favorite part of the meal. I know there will be lots of dessert, Stacy added. Uncle Brad and Aunt Lisa brought 4 pumpkin pies. Yummy. I bet you can taste that pumpkin pie right now. If you're thinking about Thanksgiving and all the foods that you like at Thanksgiving, I bet you can taste the pumpkin pie. When the food was ready, everyone sat down in his or her place. Then Uncle Clark suggested that each person say what he or she was most thankful for this year. Oh, that reminds me of my Thanksgiving when I get around my family before we bless the food. We hold hands and we go around a circle and say what we're thankful for that year. I'm thankful that we can all be here together for Thanksgiving, Stacy said when it was her turn. This is my favorite holiday of the year. I'm kind of having a connection because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday too. Okay, so facts are pieces of information that can be proved to be true. Details are small pieces of information. Good readers pay attention to facts and details as they read. Facts and details give important information and help readers visualize or picture in their minds what they are reading about. And you guys are experts at doing that, visualizing. We practice that all the time. It's a great reading strategy. When I read, I paid attention to the small pieces of information that helped me understand what is happening in the selection. In this story, family gathers at Grandpa and Grandma Smith's house to celebrate Thanksgiving. Okay, we're going to be working on a facts and details web. So let me pull it up for us. Okay, so since what we're going to do is in this story, the family gathers at Grandpa and Grandma's house to celebrate Thanksgiving. So in the middle of the text, let me see, in the middle of our web, excuse me, I'm going to write that. Let's see if I can do it with the text box. Okay, so we're just going to write family gathers to celebrate Thanksgiving. All right, that's going to be our fact in the middle of our web. Around it, we will put details. So I'm going to do one for you, but you're going to be responsible for the next 3 on your own. So let me get this all lined up for the first one. Okay, so we'll put information in the detailed bubbles that go with our fact that the family gathers to celebrate Thanksgiving. So we can kind of think about what kinds of things did they do at their gathering or their celebration. So one thing they did is they shared in the meal preparations. So everybody kind of made something and worked on the turkey and the vegetables together. That's part of their, I can't make that smaller. I wish I could for you guys, but they shared in the meal preparations. That goes in that bubble. That's one of the facts, or one of the details that goes with our fact. And I'm so sorry that that it's split like that. I'm not, the preparation shouldn't be split like that. Anyways, so that's one of the details that goes with our fact. So you're going to be responsible for filling in the other bubble. So I want you to think about the details in the graphic organizer. So think about some of the details, some of the things the family did together. And when you notice facts and details, it helps you understand the story better and make a picture in your mind. So it helps you to visualize. And we are perfect. We are experts at that. We do that all the time. We talk about what we can see while we listen to stories or read stories, what we can hear, smell, touch, feel, all of those things help us visualize. Okay, so you'll be responsible for the other 3 bubbles that are left empty. I look forward to seeing your work. You can draw a bubble web like this in your Word work journal, or you can print the one that I'll be emailing to complete as well. Either way, it works fine with me. Okay, can't wait to see your work.